Hi, for today's teardown we have this famous Soviet PPK-U parachute deployment device. So it is an item you can find everywhere on eBay at quite random prices. Usually they are at 150 euros or dollars. I got this one for only 15 euros from Ukraine. So quite a good deal because I was curious about this device. There is a long time I am considering getting one, but this one was super cheap. Actually, I have the technical manual for this, but it is written in Russian, so it does not help. However, I found some interesting things. So this is a secondary or safety means of parachute deployment for paratroopers, but it can also be used or found onto ejection seats and even used onto airdrop cargo loads. So it is a box like this with one delay indicator here, which is apparently a workshop or factory set because you cannot modify yourself, and a secondary indicator here for the triggering altitude, which you can this one modify with a screw at the back. So down from 0.3 kilometers, 300 meters to, yes, it is in kilometers because not in feet, because it is Soviet, so no imperial units here, all the way up to, in fact it is being, I believe it is 8 kilometers, and you can see when I turn this screw, the whole indicator ring in here is going down. And now it is going back up, and it is actually easier to turn in the low altitudes than in the higher altitudes. There is a reason for this. We will find out. What else? So safety pin here to put the device in safety mode. It is what you will trigger to pull to enable the device. For now it is with the pin inserted, it is disabled. We will see it in the schematics. And here you have actuator, actually a steel cable that is now in triggered position because it is short. And it is actually mounted to a powerful spring in this cylinder here. So to arm the device, you will need to pull extremely hard on this cable, like such, but you can see with all my force I cannot even pull hard enough to rearm the device. Actually it will be set in a workshop with a special equipment that is looking like such. And if you want to test the device, you will need a vacuum chamber to simulate the altitude. Apparently, from the service manual, it can be used several hundred times, but it is a safety device and I do not think a lot of them were actually used in real condition and reactivated hundreds of times. Okay, so I have from the technical manual the cutaway of the thing. So inside two main parts, the spring cylinder with springs here, the cable here, some kind of a shock absorber here at the back that will dampen the very brutal release of the spring. it is this part here, and as you can see, sorry for the sun by the way today, you need to undo it, a wrench, but a thin wrench, as it is the same for the other parts here. Quite interesting things. It is not a regular bolt hexagonal heads, it is slots like this. So of course with a regular wrench it is a lot too thick and it will not fit at all. So for this purpose I had to research and I found from China a set of thin profile wrenches. They are also available on Amazon, but a lot more expensive. I got the set for 30 euros and I have seen one wrench for sale on Amazon for 30 euros. So quite a nice deal. The quality seems pretty decent for Chinesium. Nothing to complain about. They are working, they are doing the job. Of course, as they are thin, you cannot expect to put the same force than on a thick wrench without possibly damaging the wrench. So it is to be reserved really for specific use like this. Okay. So I was speaking about the content. So we have the spring cylinder and all this is activated by a mechanical unit. You can see in here, apparently made from brass. So which is containing an aeroid capsule for altitude sensing. So we must have somewhere the hole, actually must be the hole for the safety pin that will let air pressure go in. And there is this mechanical assembly. I have another drawing like this explaining the whole system. So you have your altitude capsule here. You can see it is the ring with altitudes written on it that you will turn with a screw at the bottom here actually, and it will go up and down with a thread here. And there is this pin that will go in and out according to the setting, and that will catch onto this arm that will trigger a whole mechanism. So there is a cam here releasing the spring system, and there is some kind of a clockwork delay system here to put additional delay if you want. You can set it to 0 apparently. And all this is locked by the presence of this safety pin here. You can see the drawing is exactly like what I have. The technical manual do even have the exact specifications for this part. Quite interesting. For now I will remove it because anyways we are going to take this apart. And here is the drawing of the mechanical assembly. We will check if it is matching exactly or not. So it looks like in the released position the spring actually has not a lot of pressure, and it is possible to undo this part and undo the whole system here. We will find out. I hope I will not have a big spring flying at my face. So we have 3 screws at the back for the mechanical system with locating post, as you can see, and 6 screws at the front for the wall cover, which I am trying to do. Excuse me. I did already take it apart once and I did not think the screws were so tight. Excuse me. With this one maybe, yes, a little bit better. it is always the same problem with Russian slotted screws, or old slotted screws. Back in the time, the screw slots were thinner than now, and actually a lot of times modern screwdrivers will be too thick to go in the slot. It happens quite often when you deal with old equipment. I already sometimes needed to modify screwdriver a little bit, to sand it on the side or something, to have a thinner one. So this cover will just come off like this. There is nothing at the back except yellow anodized aluminium and two plexiglass windows apparently. There is this seal here which is catching air, some kind of composite material. Okay, and here is the contents. So you can see, where is it? Looks pretty much similar. Yes. And then here they did include the serial number thing. And you can see here the serial number 500956. A lot of these units were made. They are everywhere on eBay, so maybe they are still manufactured even. And I did a spot on eBay, Chinese Air Force clones of these devices. I might consider ordering one. They are at around 50 euros, shipped from China. Not sure yet, but I have nothing from the Chinese Air Force, so it should be a good start maybe. Okay, so I will first try to turn this time adjustment to see what happens. It is actually triggering the wall clockwork. So if I put the safety pins, does it do anything else? Quite a weird setup, this thing actually. No, you cannot turn it. So probably it will be enabled when you pull on the cable here. Quite strange. But for now the clockwork is released and you cannot turn this thing. Okay, not what I did expect exactly, but it is what it is. So let me try to release the wall mechanism. I am checking what happens. Okay, I should be able to undo this. Quite interesting. Oh, easier than expected actually. There is the gear here connected to the setting screw. There is pressure spring here. Putting pressure on this gear here, and we have, yes, as I said, the big, can you see it? Big fat spring in here with the main latch that will catch on this part here when it is in armed position. For now, pressure is released, and I know it is not so hard, so I will be able to undo this and maybe undo completely the cylinder assembly here. Try to at least. So it should be for after. For now, a look at this. So in copper and brass and aluminium glory. So the display, the main movement here, and as I said, when you turn this, it will actually, it is supposed to at least go up, and then the shaft here should come out, but for now, for some reason, it is not doing anything. Quite stuck actually. Yes, I cannot go further than this because it is how it is. Okay, you cannot turn more than this because your reading window, yes, is in the front here, so it is a maximal position here. And yes, I am understanding, because here we have the ground air pressure, so the anaeroid capsule of course is compressed. But if you are in altitude, it will expand and then the pin here will come out. Yes. Okay. But for now, at ground pressure, you can see it will not latch. So I wonder how it will be kept in arm position at ground pressure. It must be all done with a safety device, safety pin, because your workshop where you will prepare your parachute is most obviously on the ground. So you must be able to arm this. It is actually the reverse way I would have expected. I would have expecting a pin always out, and when the pressure increases, the pins goes in the other direction, and then it will release your latch here, but not exactly. Fingerprints which are not mine on this brass. And it is also your little mechanism here. Nice clockwork. You can see. Quite obscure device. Simple but yet weird. So now we will try to dig a little bit in this assembly. So it looks like this part is screwed, and here in the technical manual you can attach a cord for safety feature to secure your pin and things like this. It is on purpose where you have these two holes. So this is still shielding to protect armor, to protect the cable inside. There is no interest to take apart this assembly here really, but I will try to do something about the spring here. Wish me luck. How to do like this maybe. I will apply pressure on it while I turn. Okay, not too bad. I was expecting big problems, but so you have your shock absorber here in this cap. Now the pressure of the spring is totally released. And actually you should be able to. Yes, I cannot undo this assembly here because it requires to undo this, which is part of the main cable assembly. So there must be something to do here, but obviously I will not attempt too much. Because you can see a beefy spring in here, and really could be quite a hassle to reinstall. Still I can try to unscrew this thing here. Just an excuse in fact to use my new tools. It was not even tight. So this is just safety, but it will not turn. Okay, and if I undo here, what happens? This will turn. A lot. Ah, here we are. The spring comes off like this. Okay. Double spring even, but there is still this part here which is annoying and will not allow you to turn, or maybe actually but there is no where to place another wrench here to turn this. So I wonder how you are supposed to. Maybe it will help. 1, 2, okay. These things are out. It should not be secure anymore, and I do not see a set screw actually. So it should be free to turn now, but I will not attempt because obviously I do not want to damage this thing. Okay, at least it was an excuse to purchase new tools. So, okay, I will reinstall those here. And if you want, you will see me fighting. Actually, there is no need to fight because if I turn this, I can now reinstall this part without spring pressure, just engage the thread here, and now engage this side. Yes, it is where it is difficult. Okay, could have been worse. And now I need the tools to tighten. Secure here. Okay, secure here. And the most important, this one. Okay, not too bad. I was expecting a lot more problems. Even if the whole way it works is still a little bit obscure, and I have no vacuum chamber to test actually the thing in vacuum condition. So when the device is armed, actually nothing in particular happens to this thing. The only thing that will happen is that this roller here will catch on this latch here, and it is in arm position, but this device, nothing is modified to it except the presence of the safety pin, I guess. So when is this thing supposed to catch? So in altitude it will catch, so maybe they do enable them in the aircraft in altitude, or they are transport in a vacuum container after arming in the shop. Quite weird, but it is what it is. So I will try to reinstall this mechanism without damage. More or less like this. Okay, seems good. It is just because it is not secured, but okay. So I will put this back together. And one more thing in the collection, not probably going to be used anytime soon. So thanks for watching. Bye bye.